Hey. Today as I'm filming, it's June 29th. Yeah, so it's been a minute. I was meant to do this hike a week ago, but it ended up that I don't own a car, so I wasn't able to rent any car at that time. And it's also like 30 degrees Celsius, so it was really hot to be hiking in pure sunlight and for it to be like 30 degrees. So I figured, put it off for another day. Sometimes good things take time. I don't know what the exact saying is, but patience is needed. And I know that's a big theme in my own life, is just being patient and waiting for the right time. So this hike is going to be the St. Mark's Summit here in Vancouver on Cypress Mountain. I was meant to do Brunswick Mountain, but I just don't think I'm actually physically prepared to do a treacherous hike like that. Maybe next year or whatever, but I'd rather be a little bit easier on my knees. This is a bit of a moderate hike, and I'm looking forward to it. It is freezing outside and I'm in a tank top. I was expecting to be hot, but it is cold up a mountain. I wasn't expecting to be as cloudy as it is, but I'll probably warm up and it's chill. No pun intended. I recently started to go a little bit on social media because I posted my first video as I'm filming this, and I've had to post some clips on like Instagram and stuff. So I would say what I've been doing so far in terms of social media and my boundaries is I've not spent so much time scrolling. And if I have scrolled, it's been mainly looking at like my personal Instagram, seeing what everyone is up to. Honestly, just my following. It's not really been about just scrolling on like the For You page or anything like that. So I don't get back into that doom scroll because it's not something that I'm actually really interested. Even though I kind of glanced at it for a moment, my energy's not there anymore. Which is nice in a way. So I seem to be really interested in kind of like educational content or content that really like makes me think more than kind of makes me forget, or like escapism, or, just that's where the brain rot comes in, and I don't really feel like I'm using my brain so much, and I can feel myself getting stupider by the second, right? And yeah, I've been spending time with friends, making friends, being very social. But today is a very like on my own type of day, and it's going to be a physical day. So as I've been doing these hikes, if you're an outdoor person in general, or if you want to even get into outdoor activity, it's treacherous out there. But I like putting my body into like a sort of like survival mode, or just challenging myself. I find there's a connection between the body and the mind when you are doing something physical or some sort of sport or exercise, getting yourself to keep going, to not give up. Your mind has to kind of push you to just move forward, to keep moving your legs, to look up, think strategically in a way. How much water should I consume? Where should I have my footing as I'm walking up a mountain or whatever? I like observing stuff like that. But yeah, we're just gonna have a nice hike. I'll have some moments where, if something comes up, I'll record my thoughts as usual and just show you what it's like in my life, I guess. And what I do is a little bit of like a loner. So yeah, let's go out there and let's have some fun. So far, so good. It's good to try new things. I think looking back in my life 10 years ago or so, I wasn't like a big nature person, I slowly got into it. I think life starts to make sense as it unfolds with time. Starts with little interests, little nudges in your intuition to try something new. And life will surprise you. I actually had someone at work, I had a discussion about life with him and, where I am at in my 20s and stuff, and I'm a little bit lost. And he said, just go with the flow. Life starts to make sense as you get older, as time passes, and I think that's really true. And life will surprise you. We both agreed on that. Like, little would I have known that I would be living in a place like Vancouver, so far away from home. I knew in high school that I didn't want to live in my birth town, but I didn't know that I would end up here. I thought maybe just like a city away or something like that, but it's good. I'm glad that I've done this, the change, the adapting to this new life of mine. It wasn't easy. Change is never easy, but I'm very happy that I'm trying something new and I'm pushing myself to do things way out of my comfort zone, especially if I were to do this 10 years ago or so, hiking a mountain or just being outside in the wilderness by myself. And when you do try new things, it's not about jumping into the deep end or taking this big leap of faith. It's small steps. You don't have to like be at a certain level to do something, but be open to new experiences. Just start where you're comfortable, start small. That's how progress is made, and life will surprise you no matter what. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I think trying new things also just fulfills your soul. I think once you stay in the same place in your life for just a bit too long, you know, the routine is very comfortable for you. It's very predictable. You begin to like not notice life as much. That's when you're really on autopilot. There's nothing for you to like look out for because you're used to what you've been living each day. It's very predictable. And then there's no growth in that either. And I think that's where I'm at in terms of like, you know, me feeling lost and everything. Maybe it's about not just believing in myself and whatnot. Maybe I have to work a little bit harder, but maybe I need to change something. Maybe I need to try something new, right? But I'm just taking it easy. That's the most important thing. Have fun in life. You can't forget about that. And like go outside, take a look at what's around you, even if it's small. It doesn't have to be as big as what I'm experiencing. Actually, there's some mountains over there. Let's take a look at that. So the city is just somewhere over there. That's where we're at right now, way up here. You know, I've come to terms that I actually really love the way that I live my life. At 28, this is not something I imagined for myself. I thought my life was going to look a lot more mature than what it is right now. I haven't focused so much on saving up for like a down payment on a house. I don't even have a car right now. I used to, but I got rid of it since moving. It's like I have money and stuff, and I'm doing financially really well. I have a very stable job. I have insurance and stuff. I'm doing those adult things, but this is what I love doing. I've just been traveling, and I used to feel pretty insecure about spending all of my money and a lot of my time doing those things instead of probably being more responsible, being very future oriented. And I've always been that way, but I've never been happier just being in the present moment. I've heard stories of people retiring and they just started their retirement and they passed away, and it's so awful. It seems so unfair to get to that point in life, the point that you've been probably waiting for, to just be free and to do what you want. You don't know when life is going to just stop for you. And I think we have to not just be grateful about just spending even just a regular day here on this earth, but really living it. We have to be responsible. We have to do those boring things. We got to keep up with life. We have to show up, but I have to show up for myself too. I have to do things that make me excited about getting out of bed. I can't just be some slave to society and be confined or strapped to my money, to these goals that I don't even know that I'm going to get to. Life is very fragile, and I think we forget that we are in a good amount of control over it. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm very happy with it. It's very unexpected, but it's fulfilling. And I honestly think I'm doing the right thing by just living my life right now and not waiting to live it one day, if that day were to ever come. You know what I'm realizing? That life is kind of like a hiking trail. Throughout this hike, I've been like, oh, like I know it's been rated as moderate. So I was like, okay, and I'm like hiking it, thinking like, oh shit, like this is pretty easy. I should have maybe done something a little bit harder, been out of some elevation, and it's feeling harder. And that's the way life is. Think of your life as a hiking path. Along this path, sometimes it feels a little bit tougher. You start to slow down. It takes more effort to move forward. And then there are other times where you feel like you're just cruising by it. I think that could be a reminder for my own life right now. I feel like where I'm at right now is a lot tougher, and it's taking me a lot more longer to move forward. But it doesn't mean I'm moving forward, right? You just gotta keep moving. That's what matters. Keep moving forward. One day will go at a time. You're still moving forward, even if you feel like you're kind of stuck. Even if life feels a little bit harder than usual. You'll notice when you're hiking, especially as you're gaining elevation, maybe your goal is to get to a top of a mountain. The trail gets harder as you get closer to the top. It doesn't mean that you're not closer to your destination, that you should give up and turn around. It's not always the case. But sometimes you think, you're not close to your goal because it feels so hard. But little do you know, it's just around the corner. Sometimes I feel like I need to listen to my own advice more often, and I'll look back at my own videos sometimes and I'm like, damn, I kind of needed to hear that. It's so easy for me to say it, but to actually do it, I mean, I'm just as human as you are. Sometimes it's hard for me to believe my own advice. Life is full of ups and downs. It's completely normal. Sometimes it seems like we're not expecting that. We expect that life is supposed to feel good all the time. It's always supposed to feel like we're easily moving forward. And my hard-headed ass is still learning this. It's like I'm aware of it, but I always want to feel like I'm successful. I always want to feel like every choice I make is the right choice. But life is so experimental. There's space for mistakes. It sounds like we would want life to always feel good. I had this conversation with a new friend of mine at work. She wasn't feeling very great at the moment. She was spiraling a bit, and I was just reassuring her that it's just part of life. And I think if life was always good and life felt good every single day, wouldn't it become a little bit mundane? You'd think to yourself, no, I would love that, but honestly, I think deep down within our souls, this is what we crave. We want to experience new things, and a lot of that newness, those experiences are going to come when those low points appear in life. There's so much fulfillment in challenge, even though I want things to be easy. But when I do look back in my life and the years that were a little bit tougher on me, the moments where I wanted to give up, and the times where I was in so much pain, I'm proud of those moments, and I find them so empowering. Life is not meant to feel easy. Life is not meant to be easy. And it's completely normal to have some blocks in life time to time, to have those challenges in life. There's something to learn there. There's something to overcome. And that's the beautiful story that we get to paint ourselves. We get to have a story. We get to tell people, this is what my life is, and this is where I am at right now, and this is how far I've gone with it. And it's an incredible story. That's what being human is. I enjoy what nature does to me when I'm in it, when I'm looking into it. It makes me think about life. Sometimes it doesn't make me think at all, and I love that. As someone who overthinks a lot and has a lot of running thoughts, nature gives me more of a feeling. Sometimes it's euphoric, sometimes it's really peaceful, sometimes it's really exciting. Sometimes it has my jaws to the ground and I'm like, wow, like this is amazing. To witness the world, I think, is so important. It's important to get outside. It's important to see what you're part of, what your feet are planted onto. It's more than your room. It's more than your house. It's more than the street you live on. It's out there. And I don't think you have to go too far to see it. I think if you do have the opportunity to always take it because it's worthwhile, but it's a matter of just getting out there, witnessing something extraordinary. It's really beautiful up here. So I had my snacks. I'm gonna be starting my descent soon and I won't be really filming it. I'll have some gloves on, my trekking poles. That's the toughest part of the hike in my opinion. But I'll see you guys below. Ooh. God damn, it's hot as a car. For my final thoughts with today and where I've been at lately. Actually yesterday, I had a good day. I was with a friend and everything, and then by the end of it, I got emotional about some stuff that I'm working on letting go, and I felt really low. I was in pain, I was crying, and I knew it was a moment where I needed to just shed some stuff, some feelings, instead of brushing them off or not facing them or not allowing myself to feel something that is obviously bothering me in that moment. And it's like today I woke up and I feel a lot better, and today was great, and I don't nearly feel as low as I did yesterday at that moment. And life is like that. Healing is like that. Whether you're trying to get over something like a painful situation, a painful past, or just, you're dealing with a lot and it affects you. And some days it affects you harder than other days. And some days you're fine. And it feels a little bit weird, like one day I'm okay, one day I'm not. But those are like the waves of life. Just sort of like the waves I was experiencing on this trail. There were times on the trail that were really tough. There was a lot of uphill. There was a lot of times where I really had to be careful on my descent or ascent and maybe use my hands to keep my balance or something like that. And then other times on the trail where it was really smooth and I was just really comfortable and enjoying the moment. It's like that, like life has those waves. It's completely normal and there's no need to beat yourself up to avoid any kind of pain or a low moment in your life. If you need to cry, let it out. If you need to be angry for a moment, scream, listen to an angry song or some shit like that. Like, do whatever you gotta do, feel it. Okay, my camera is overheating and I'm running out of space on this camera on this card right now, so I'm gonna wrap this up really quick, but remember to have fun in life. Life is gonna come with those waves, and it's important, I think, to challenge yourself. It helps you grow and you experience new things, and that's something really beautiful and refreshing about life. Don't let life get too comfortable. Don't get too caught up or too comfortable in the mundane. And when you are feeling down, do something for yourself. Do something fun, whatever that is for you, or try something new. Challenge yourself. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode today or whatever, or I don't know what this is. I just hope you enjoyed this video if you watched it full through. Maybe inspires you to go outside or just look up at the sky. Check out the sun, it's beautiful. I'm sending you good vibes and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.